An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite movie-based podcast. This is An Evening at the Movies. I am here, which is about all I can say for that. But
Okay.
I was gonna say, it literally seemed like you just had to check and make sure that you were still on this, plane of existence. Like, I am here? Question mark.
I'm
It's
Ron
been a long it's been a long couple of days. It's been a long couple of days. I don't necessarily feel 100%, but we're going to rip the Band-Aid off and we're going to get this episode recorded because it is a very special episode. Not only because 75% of the horror squad is here with us, but it is also, well, before I get to what this is, just to make sure everybody knows, stale popcorn, watered down sodas, our favorite movies and why we love them, the usual jive. But, and before I announce what we're here for as well, welcome back, co-host.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy October.
Yes.
Fear Fest month. It's Horror Fest month. It's everything.
It's
my month.
It's the month.
Yes.
It is my favorite month of the year, bar none.
Definitely.
I'll even put this month ahead of February, and February is a great month because that's my month because of my birthday. And the fact that it's also the birthday of An Evening at the Movies as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, get ready for your one-word salutation because we are joined by everybody's favorite horror squad member himself. Mr. Chancey Greif is with us. Hello, Chancey Greif.
Hi.
I told you, one word. That's all you get from him in the intro.
We were watching. Football earlier, and one of the guys, like the sportscasters, was like, "Greetings and salutations," and I was like, "What a nice throwback to Charlotte's Web you did there."
Right.
Love it.
That's funny.
I haven't seen that movie in freaking 35 years.
Oh.
I think I was in grade school the last time I saw that movie. So, what are we here for? Favorite movies, why we love them, movies that are better than Halloween 1978.
Someone would disagree with you.
Even your own technology was like, no, that's cap. That's cap. He felt like your mic like started hacking out. It was like, no. I'm not gonna let him do this one.
I'm entitled to my opinion, and
it might be better. It may be better than its third counterpart from that franchise installment. However,
anyway,
Chancey Greif is a smart man.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of things horror related that are better than the Season of the Witch.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is a classic, and a masterclass in cinematic telling of the current times that people are dealing with in a scary way.
My favorite part was the part where he was just freakishly screaming into a telephone at the very end of the movie. You know?
Stop it!
Stop it! Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's gonna really, man, you really got your fucking point across. I think they're gonna actually shut it off now, any minute.
That was a good ending, though. It was like, oh, how many people did he save? How many people still died?
Everybody dies. Every single one of them. All of the children.
No.
Everybody dies, everybody cries, and everybody takes painful shits.
And there wasn't, there wasn't nothing but 30 seconds of Michael Myers to be found in that entire feature.
Because it's not a Michael Myers movie. It's an
I know.
anthological entry into the franchise.
I know. I had to fucking do
Fuck you.
it. I had to do it.
It's like breaking the fourth wall, though, because Michael was in it. Halloween was in a Halloween movie. That's pretty cool.
It was an ad.
Yeah, I know. No, but he's watching it later on the TV.
Well, yeah.
No Michael in that clip, but still.
I know, but the clip with Michael is on the ad. There, yeah.
I know.
But yeah.
Anyway.
I have to preface by saying that it is a good movie. It's just I wish that it had been its own movie.
Like Halloween Ends.
Oh no, I honestly wish that Halloween Ends, in hindsight, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it has too much to do with everything else for it to not have to be somewhere. So I was saying yesterday, I really think it should have been split in half with Halloween Kills and take the best ideas out of both of them, cut that entire mob chanting nonsense out of there, and then the creepy rehash of 4 and 5 where this rando non-entity individual thinks they have main character armor and fucking.
No, Halloween Ends should have been the movie they promised us and the movie they advertised to us. And then what we have now as Halloween Ends should have been the following movie. That is my hill and I will die on it.
That's a valid argument.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Anyway.
But we're not, we are not here to discuss anything related to that John Carpenter hot garbage. Because for those of you who are in the know, it is what month? It is Halloween Horror Fest 2024. And we're going to kick it off this year the only way that Halloween Horror Fest should be ever kicked off. Not with Friday the 13th and not with Halloween. We're going Nightmare on Elm Street.
See, you cut out again when you tried to say it. The internet's no. They know what's right. It's on the internet. It must be true.
That's what I have to say to technology.
This is my boyfriend. He's a French model. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is what Casey was trying to say.
Yes. That was the Dream Warriors.
In my dreams, I'm beautiful and bad.
And bad.
That was so cheesy.
Here shortly, I'm going to have something to tell Amanda, but we will get to that in a hot minute.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because I will not discuss this movie without telling this to Amanda. But I'm pulling up my unwritten out notes. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 released on February 27th, 1987. It was directed by Mr. Chuck Russell. It was obviously released by New Line Cinema. It had a budget of $4.3 million. And would you amazing people like to wager a guess as to what its box office was in 1987?
Go ahead, Amanda.
U.S. or world? Sorry, I forgot what we do.
It's got U.S. in parentheses after the number.
Okay. I'm going to say 17.5 million. I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
Did I way overshoot it? I don't know. Maths are hard.
Well, I mean, I was kind of like in that ballpark as well for like box office and income, but
Casey's face told you that was not the correct answer.
I'm gonna go with like 10.
Fuck you both.
Okay,
What?
why?
Jesus, I'm guessing it was more.
$44.8 million.
Okay, well, fair enough. I was also trying to.
1987? Dang.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was thinking more along the lines of like, calling it back for inflation. But yeah, no, it makes sense.
All right then.
If I remember correctly from when I solo discussed the original Nightmare on Elm Street almost 4 years ago, this was the top grossing Nightmare on Elm Street movie until Freddy's Dead came out.
Yeah.
So, if you are watching this episode and or listening to this episode, thank you as always. But
Don't forget to check for
and
comments.
you have not seen. Yeah, I have my comment thing
Okay.
open. And without being warned, I did set the stream to private or to public as well. So, if you have not seen the movie yet, it is available to stream on Max. And
nice.
Yep.
well, I mean, not that. I mean, we could sit here and Amanda Chancey and I could probably recite the whole movie for you word for word.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure you're probably right.
So we have one last little bit. Oh my, Houston, we have a problem.
What?
What?
The last little bit of details we have to get to before we get into the meat and potatoes of our episode. Who's ready to play Fuck Rotten Tomatoes? You are a piece of trash website.
Why do we have a problem?
Wait till you get the freaking final numbers for the popcorn meter and the tomato meter.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
I think I can work with that.
So Amanda went first on the box office guess. Chancey, would you like to go first on your Rotten Tomato guesses?
All right. So with the way that you responded to that, that tells me that either it is obscenely close together or obscenely low. And I'm not going on that secondary ratio because I really think that this movie was way too good for it to be shit on in one of the two categories. Maybe one of them, I suppose, is like critics, because fucking critics from the 80s hated the fucking scary movie genres. But like, I'm gonna say, I'm guessing the man is probably not gonna give me the gratuity to do a fucking spread. Oh shit! Because okay, so now I'm kind of pissed because now I can't think about it properly anyway.
Just pick your numbers.
So no, my problem is that with it being close, I'm guessing it's probably like it's nowhere under 65. That is a fucking sure shot. There's no fucking shot. It's under fucking 65. But the problem is that it's not going to be over fucking 75 either, which is why I was like, oh, no spread. But in reality, it's probably. I was going to say, in reality, it's probably like something like fucking like 67, 68, 68, 69, 65, 66, some type of dumbass shit like that.
Okay, we'll pick one and go with it because I already have mine.
Okay, shit.
This isn't The Price is Right, bro.
It is kind of like The Price is Right because I have to beat you.
$1,
That's the
Bob.
point.
Yeah,
$1.
$1.
No, I'm not going with 1%. That is way too fucking low.
I gotta say, if this movie got a 1%, I would burn Rotten Tomatoes to the freaking ground. I don't care
same.
if I'm live on
This
the
whole-
internet and can be incriminated with that evidence or not.
We would change the title of this episode to fucking just an hour of roasting Rotten Tomatoes because that's pretty much what it would be. I'd be like, I'd be on fire with it. No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with that first one that I went with, or no, well, actually, yeah, the first one, like 67, 68, 66, 66.
God damn it.
Okay, fuck it. I'm going with the first one. I'm sorry, Amanda. Fuck. 67, 68. I hate that you make me do this. It's fucking bullshit. Give me the fucking spread. God damn it.
No, it's not how this works.
All right, well, fine. I've made my decision. I'm gonna fucking.
Which
I hate.
Which, though? Which one's audience and which one's?
I'm gonna go with 67 as the critic one because of the fact that with this being as good as it is and as much time as there's been from time of release to fucking audience whatnotery, I think it's going to be kind of like the opposite effect of what we normally see, just because this actually is a pretty decent fucking installment for like slasher films and shit.
Did he answer the question?
Did I ask a question?
67 for, you said 67 for critics. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, Justin.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Greetings and salutations.
I was gonna say that, or like, or the old good evening, but it's not. It's not anywhere near the evening.
Okay. So you stole one of my numbers, and now
you can reuse it. We can both share a number. We just can't share the exact same for both. I mean, that's fair.
Okay, I am gonna go 69 for the audience score, and I'm gonna go 66. Yeah, 69, 66. 69 audience, 66 tomatoes.
With that said, I am opening the Horror Squad group chat and sending you the screenshot so that nobody can say that there's shenanigans.
I was going to say, I've never once doubted whether or not you were telling the truth, bud.
Because I can literally just Google it right now.
Well, you don't have to because I just sent it. And I will put the picture, I will try and show it on my camera.
Get the fuck out of here. Amanda, you're never giving me the option of a spread again. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Me.
Chancey Greif wins with a 67-68% score.
How the fuck? Nuh-uh, dude.
Cheater. You're a cheater.
You should have gave me the out for a spread, and then I would have been way off because I would have been like, "Oh, it's fucking 65 on fucking one and 75 on the other." I'd have been way off.
Samsonite, I was way off.
Right?
Congratulations.
No, dude, that's fucking crazy. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. Every time I bitch about not getting the spread, like I'm fucking just dead nuts, like fucking every time, because I'm just like it's got to be this, because it's either this or this or this or this. But actually, Casey gave it away, really.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like the exact portion of the numbers, but like I when he was talking about it like he was, I knew it was either really low, which was extremely unlikely, or like I said, that they were like right fucking next to each other, but the question really was where.
What is going on?
Pan Salue. What's my favorite Halloween memory? Well, is it wait, that we need to clarify on that question. Are we talking like the date Halloween or like favorite
Probably.
memory? Well,
Or is it our favorite memory of watching the movie Halloween?
Right. That's a valid question.
Our friend Justin's asking us a lot of questions in the chat, so we're kind of trying to look at those. The Fear Street books. Let me see if I can get the angle. Like half of those books up there on the very top are Fear Street books. I have a solid collection. Love my Fear Street books.
Nice.
Can't hear you, K-Skibby. Are we ready to talk about this movie?
And
Casey fixes his technical problems.
Not KCB today. It is Frederick Charles Krueger. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I won't be calling you that.
Yeah, son of 100 maniacs.
Okay, I'll take Son of 100 Maniacs.
Is your mom home? I'm gonna tell her you said that.
I'm not scared of her.
Okay. So.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Let me tell everybody what it's about in case they don't know.
Oh yeah, wait. Are we timing her?
No,
isn't that your thing?
I trust
it is, but at the same time,
seconds.
I'm pretty sure she can get this done in like 15 seconds.
I'm used to having to get things done in 90 seconds or less. Just kidding. That's not true.
I'm so glad your husband is not home.
He is. He's downstairs. That is
George.
a joke. That is a joke. Okay. Excuse me. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Young Kristen Parker, during a hallucinatory incident, has her wrist slashed by a dream-stalking monster, Freddy Krueger. Her mother, mistaking the wounds for a suicide attempt, sends Kristen to a psychiatric ward where she joins a group of similarly troubled teens. One of the doctors there is Nancy Thompson, who is now a psychiatrist and also battled Freddy some years before. Nancy senses a potential in Kristen to rid the world of Freddy once and for all. Dun, dun, dun.
27 seconds.
Yeah. See,
I literally watched it on the screen. It was 27 seconds.
It'll do. No, I'm just playing.
Says the guy who nailed the freaking Rotten Tomato score.
No, that I'm calling that bullshit because like I would have not got. I don't think I had the opportunity to look it up, considering I literally woke up like 15 minutes before we started this thing. Honestly, though, fucking, I really think you should give me the option of the spread. Because every time you don't, you keep losing. You just keep losing, though.
That's fine. Okay, fine. What if we could do a spread of like 3?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say 5, but whatever. Yeah, 3's cool.
Yeah. No, 5's too much. 5's too much.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Are you okay with that? A 3-point spread, Casey?
Absolutely. Right. Well, I feel like we've been doing this long enough that Chancey should be an expert anyway. So the smaller margin of error means he's got to be that much more on his game.
You're literally, you just enjoy the fact that I squirm so much before I'm just like, fuck it, it's this one. I hate that too, because every time I'm doing it, I'm always like, man, I can't, like the whole time I'm just like, I fucked that up. That was way fucking off. I was so fucking stupid. And then you're just like,
this is a live show, buddy. Keep it moving. When you're sitting there going, So So fine, you can have a 3-point spread.
Thank you.
I mean, it could be worse.
It really
So-
could be worse.
Well, it was worse. Now it's not. So see, you wore me down. Okay.
Yay!
Or what?
Say what now?
I said, are we going to talk about this movie?
So, I mean, before we get into the movie, we should really kind of talk about the fact that I thought it was pretty awesome about Patricia Arquette being in the movie, and
Chancey was going somewhere with this statement, but I don't know where.
well, like, because one of my big theories is that the vast majority of famous celebrities that we see in our, like, for our time anyway, not like, well, sometimes a lot of them for the modern as well, but like the vast majority of famous people all get their start either in a rudimentary successful or completely obscure fucking scary movie.
Yeah.
And then,
Kevin Bacon,
yep,
Jamie Lee Curtis,
yep,
Patricia Arquette.
yep,
Jennifer Aniston.
yep. See, like, all y'all are doing is proving my point.
No,
But,
you're
like,
right. You're right.
and Johnny Depp,
Yeah. Yep.
and
what about little Larry Fishburne in this one?
yeah,
That
I was
could be
actually
Larry.
just thank you.
I
God
guess
dang it, yes. Because I always get Larry mixed up in this one with Yaphet Kotto in Freddy's Dead.
Yes, and it is Larry in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Don't call him Lawrence. He has not
Yeah.
evolved into the
He had not
culturally significant
evolved.
Lawrence yet.
He didn't become
He-
Lawrence until he got to beat up Angela Bassett, and what's love got to do with it? He's like, I'm a
He
man
pro-
now. I'm Lawrence.
Nah, he was probably like, listen, everybody knows me as Larry Fishburne. I am beating this woman entirely way too much in this movie. Please put me down as Lawrence. All right, I don't want these people knowing it's me. My mother's gonna see this.
Larry Fishburne sounds like the guy that's running for school board president or something like that.
Right.
Good old Larry, he's the school guidance counselor.
Vote for Larry. We need to make shirts that say "Vote for Larry"
Vote for Larry.
and no context whatsoever. Eventually, Larry will be an unknown mascot on the show. We'll just be making references about Larry, like, "Where's Larry at this week?" Oh,
we should make like vote for Pedro shirts, but they say vote for Larry.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna make us a logo. Vote for Larry after I stop crying. So anyway.
Also, this is where they lay the groundwork for a callback that they make in Freddy vs. Jason with the introduction of the medicine called Hypnosil.
Oh yeah. Do you know how bad I wish Hypnosil was really a thing? Like, I would be first in line to take it if it was a real thing. I have nightmares and stressful dreams all the time. All the time.
I mean,
like waking up screaming nightmares.
So the shitty part is that we already do have a version of Hypnosil, and it's not even something. Well, never mind. Most places, like my state and your state, require a medical card for it, but you just need to take it in higher doses.
Okay.
Or more frequently, because I very rarely dream, and it's a fucking relief.
Oh my god, I hate you.
It
Sorry.
It sucks. I mean, it's good, but it's bad. Like it comes with ups and downs. Like I guess like everything really, but like it's one of them things like where you can wake up and know you had a bad dream, but you just don't remember it, which is okay with me.
But I remember mine, and they're always like they're either scary, like someone's trying to murder me or something like that, and I'll wake up screaming or whatever, or they're very emotionally stressful. Like I'll dream about like some old jobs that ended badly, or old friendships, or like I'll dream that my husband's cheating on me, or like
Oh
that my
God,
dog died. Like, so
that
they're
that
either
poor
horror.
fucking man.
He's
No, for
usually
real.
not
Those are the
home, so he
worst
doesn't have
things.
to. Yeah.
Those are the worst fucking things. Waking up and they're like, and just having I had a dream that you cheated on me last night. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what? What?
I have those a lot. So yeah, I never have happy or calm dreams, and rarely do I wake up and not remember at least one of my dreams. So yeah.
Hypnosil.
Hypnosil. Give me some. So yeah, well, whatever. I think in this movie it's a pill,
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yep, it's a pill.
So
Of course it's a pill. It's the fucking 80s. Like,
yeah,
of course they were gonna make it into a
probably
pill.
a
Like,
Quaalude.
right? Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Probably at that time when they were shooting it. Yeah, yeah. You're right.
Those Quaaludes.
They might have, they may have still been able to get. They may have still been able to get a hold of those. Not a Quaalude. Should have me in the morning.
Okay, so what do we? Let's see. Casey's over there eating and has no notes, so we're just shooting the shit right now.
I know, but it's his favorite movie, so he literally knows like everything off the top of his head. So I mean,
Okay, well, we also can't hear you. I don't know if you're talking, but we can't hear you. So I thought this movie was one of the things I liked about it was it took place mostly in the hospital, like with other kids. So it wasn't like, Nancy, where she's fighting Freddie on her own and nobody believes her and everybody thinks she's crazy and she might think she's crazy. Like, when the doctor's like, or he's like, they all share the same like boogeyman and nobody thinks that's weird. Like, I don't know why these doctors, like, especially that bitchy woman, just like, quit blaming your dreams for your own weaknesses, and all they are is, repressed feelings of guilt and blah blah blah. And it's like, what? Like, especially when Philip says the fact that we all dreamt about this guy before we ever met doesn't interest anybody. That would interest the fuck out of me.
right? That always kind of threw me for a loop as well. But then again,
It doesn't exist.
right? Like, like the first time I ever saw this movie, I had just had my tonsils taken out, and there was this weird complication. And what would have been done? Yeah, like normally it's an in and out kind of deal, but I ended up having to stay in the hospital for like a week because there was just like a bunch of different complications. Like the blood clots wouldn't stick, so I just kept bleeding for almost like 4 or 5 days straight out of my ears, nose, and mouth.
Jesus.
Well, not my ears, but my nose and my mouth. It was always kind of the joke that was made. I woke up from they had to take me back into the surgical area twice. Once for the actual surgery, and then the other one when I wouldn't stop bleeding because they thought that something was wrong. Obviously, something was wrong, but whatever.
Obviously.
I woke up, and our local pastor from our town had been in the hospital seeing other people and had heard I was there. And he's, talking to my mom, saying a prayer in the door and whatnot. I wake up and I don't want to say like hock a loogie, but for lack of a better term, I hawk up this monstrous blood clot. Yeah, right. And I just know, I don't even know who's in the room. I don't know what's going on. I go, what the fuck is that? And my mom, it looks mortified, looks over at the guy, and he's like, given the situation, like he watches this giant globulous thing come out of my mouth. Like it literally looked like the thing that Pinhead fed.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know.
Oh, I was gonna say it looked like the thing that Pinhead fed the priest in Hellraiser 3 in the church scene. If you know, you know. But
Nope.
As the nurses and everybody was so awesome. They snuck me in their little, TV VCR on a cart that they all used to have back in the day, like for schools and stuff. They snuck it in because they weren't having any meetings or anything that day, so my mom went and got a bunch of movies from the local movie store in that area. One of them being that. So I was obsessed. I know, right? I can't believe I talked her into letting me watch it, especially with that nurse scene with I think it was Joey. With Joey. Oh man.
Yeah, that girl spent a lot of money on those. The scene is really cool though, with the her tongue, like she flicks it out,
Yeah.
and it wrists her on the bed, and then the bed drops out from underneath him, and it's like burning flames in hell. Like that was really cool. The
Talk about a
freaking
tongue
puppet
lashing.
scene, that was yeah.
The puppet scene. Yeah.
Dream, but the puppet scene is like, for 1986, 85, 86, when they were making this, like those are some fucking amazing practical effects.
For real.
Casey, we can't hear you. Says you're muted.
Now,
and then
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that freaking Philip death scene is still probably one of my least favorite horror death scenes of all time.
I mean,
What
it
do
had
you
a lot
mean
of
by that?
it had a lot of build up, but it was kind of a anticlimactic fucking letdown. I could see where I mean, I'm not sure if that's what he's getting at, but I could definitely, that's kind of how I felt about it. Although at the time I was hysterically laughing just because, I was already kind of picking up on the whole, I mean, when you get to the part where it's welcome to prime time, bitch, fucking, that this whole thing is taking another direction that's going to be a little bit more amusing than anything else. But so yeah, I'm laughing, and everybody's looking at me like I'm the weird guy for laughing at a scary movie.
Well, so Casey, what do you? Because I could see, like, for me, the part where it like rips the stuff out of his arms and into his, like that I can't watch that. I have to not look at that because it's so gross to me.
Yeah, that's the point that I made.
Oh, really?
It's so gross. And it, yeah, it's just, it makes me cringe.
It's not the actual concept of the death per se, because like I think it was you and I were talking about last night or the night before, that Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is probably the Nightmare on Elm Street movie where the cheese level tends to start to take a left-hand turn, and the cheeky, cheesy, haha Freddy starts to slowly pop up.
Yeah.
This movie's not as much about the ha 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 elements of him being cheesy, but
it's the groundwork for sure.
Oh yeah, like when he comes back in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, that it's all full of nothing but haha moments.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's night and day for sure.
You shouldn't have buried me. I'm not dead. Want to suck face? You can check in.
Check in.
Check out.
Check out.
Welcome to Wonderland, Alice. I mean,
yeah.
I get.
This one was like
a lot of that stuff is what makes Freddy who Freddy is, though.
Yeah. What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied? He laughs like a dad telling a dad joke. Like he just told the best fucking joke ever, and he's the only one laughing.
Right. And that thing, that was actually kind of what sold it for me on that front, was how it was just so tacky but fucking hilarious at the same time. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna bank on it being, but just because I'm so fucked up. But like I thought, as subtle as they were, I thought that those puns and all that shit was just so funny. I was also a child watching it, but yeah, it was it was good stuff.
Oh crap! What's the one that he says to the kid in the wheelchair?
Oh no! Oh no!
But when you wake up, it's back in the saddle again.
No, not that. I thought he said something else, like right before he killed him or something. Oh, I don't believe in fairy tales.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
See, I always thought that it was bullshit that he didn't get a bet. Like, I think that might be why, I don't remember what the character's name was, but the wizard master. Will, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I usually just call him the wizard master.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could have just called him the vegetable aisle, but it'd have been fine.
God damn it!
You laughed.
But hate mail can be directed to Chansey Greif.
Yeah.
Chansey sucks.
In
the great state of Iowa.
Yeah. I honestly think that when because they did Will so dirty in this movie. Aww. That I think that this is why in oh shit
he knocks him down with his own wheelchair. That's fantastic.
I know. I thought that was hilarious, but okay, with someone who has nothing to do all day but be inside of their own head because they can't physically do the other things, I really thought that he would have had, because he was putting up a fight, which is kind of what really kind of threw everybody off. Well, I don't know about everybody, but me anyway. And just initially watching it, I was like, oh shit, he's somebody's. Oh yeah, all right, that's what's up. And I really think that they should have given it more of a actual oh shit, okay, there's some potential here, and then just dramatically yank the kind of like what they did with oh hell, I don't remember what her name was, but the I'm Beautiful and Bad, where she's fighting and fighting and fighting, and she knows that it's not really her dad, and then
that's another part I can't watch. When the things on her arms before he sticks her with the needles.
Yeah. Yeah, the weird suckerfish fucking mouth things.
Oh god, I want to crawl out of my own skin every time I think about that scene. Anyway.
But as someone who's afraid of needles, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I'm terrified of needles. I hate them.
I've been needles since I was 17. I am not afraid anymore.
I think that when they did Will like they did in this one is why they had subsequently in The Dream Child gave what's his face a better fight when he fought him as his cartoon character or his comic book character.
Yeah,
that very well could be.
We'll see. I mean, short and kind of bad, but I was okay with it.
I honestly thought that it should have been better. They should. I mean, it just logistically speaking, it makes more sense to me that individual would have been more mentally equipped or just equipped in general to fight Freddy mentally, in the mental plane.
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
Which that also kind of, I thought that was bullshit as well, considering that in the end of the first one, her lack of faith or belief in his, existence or ability was what did him in the first place. And then all of a sudden it was right? For real. Anyway, I'm sorry. Casey. I'm done hijacking.
Oh no, you're fine, buddy. And the badass that everybody was referring to is Taryn.
Karen?
Taryn.
Taryn.
Oh, Taryn. Oh, okay. Right.
I just remember her as the girl that almost got killed by bees in The Crush.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
What about
We
the worm scene? That was one of my favorite scares, and I think one of my favorite just like horror movie scenes ever, where he comes up out of the floor and he looks like a worm and it's his giant head and it starts
Yes.
to eat Kristen. Like I would love to have been behind the scenes and watch them put all that together. Cause that's not CGI. That's all practical effects. Like,
mhm.
how cool would it have been to watch that scene being filmed and like
If I think that almost went bad though, if I'm not mistaken.
well, I can imagine they
Uh,
could with Patricia Arquette to
yeah,
really have
yeah.
them landed on like that. Damn.
I was gonna say like I think if I recall correctly, on one of the special features on that Blu-ray box set that we were able to get a little while back, it had some type of a like a behind the scenes or commentary style thing where she brought up the fact that I don't know if it was that she got stuck in the snake or if like when they slammed her to the ground, like they actually just were like, no, we're not going to use a stunt double on this one. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I mean that's what always struck me too about that scene is that it really I don't see how that wasn't real. How they didn't slam her down on the hard ground because you heard it. So it's not like there
Right?
was a padding underneath it or whatever. Or if there was, maybe it was just a sound effect. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that looked
They're
really
famous.
fucking real.
It really did for sure.
So that's probably I have to say my favorite like effects type scene from the whole movie. Like I just
Yeah.
there's like we said a lot of good practical effects, but that one's probably my favorite. Casey, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, and well, no,
It's just like
I'm
yeah.
just
I,
laughing because
Can
yeah,
you tell us
Casey's
what it is, buddy?
I'm
we've
sitting.
hijacked the show.
I'm sitting here
It's like I forgot
trying
his
to figure out a way of how I'm going to bridge from that question into my response because, well, Chancey already stole the freaking line from me, but I was
yeah,
gonna
say it
make
again.
reference to the fact that this is it, Amanda, your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I
Welcome
was
to prime
thinking that one
time,
earlier.
bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about that scene for a second? So, okay, they say Philip killed himself. Nobody believes, what they're saying that he was awake, he was scared, it was
How in the
Freddy.
blue hell did Jennifer kill herself?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like they want to say she killed herself, but she's stuck in that TV and there's nothing underneath her that she could have stood on to do that to herself. Plus, do you know how much upper arm strength you would have to step up like that and smash your head into a TV? Like I don't know. How did they not realize something was wrong with her death? Like if they didn't
Okay,
believe it about
so I
jump into it.
so that was kind of the thing. I actually sat and thought this out because
Oh
Oh
no.
Lord, here we
I
go.
was like, well, no, because I was just like, I had the same question you did. Like, this doesn't make sense. How could this have happened in general? Because like the physics don't fucking make sense. But having said that, though, with it being an institution, we'll refer to it as, uh, the things that they would have had if they would have even had a television without some type of a protective covering on it in general,
Yeah.
um,
But it is the
would have
80s.
also valid. It would have been super reinforced to the wall. So in theory, she actually could have took a small, run up, step up, like just run up, jump, and then like all she had to do was get her head into the actual screen because of the old style televisions with their cavities.
No. It was
And
too high.
what's that?
It was too high, and especially for her to be at that angle. I mean, she's basically at a 90-degree angle. Like,
Well, that I mean that's what would have happened though if she would have got up in there And also, that was another point I forgot to
He
bring
just
up.
run and jumped into it.
So here's the here's the reason. Here's the reason why it works.
No.
If someone gets electrocuted, they will oftentimes freeze. And like somebody will go to try and help them out, and then they get shocked as well. That's why you always see the stereotypical they get slapped with the board shit
Okay.
in the movies. Like they'll slap them with the board to get them off the to disconnect the circuit, if you will. Like with her not crappie flopping to fall out, it absolutely could have been a scenario where, with her being, electrocuted and all of her muscles tightening up, it absolutely could have kept her suspended.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying that, but also there was enough room between that couch and where the TV was for her to get a good running start. I'm just let's submit this to MythBusters and have somebody test it out.
Adam Savage, if you're listening, do the thing.
Hear you, Casey. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you saying, Casey?
What is she, the white Michael Jordan?
No,
I mean,
exactly. No,
Finger
she's
roll.
half the size.
Statue of Liberty.
She only had to be right once. All right.
I mean,
She only had to get it right one time. All right.
Uh-huh.
So
no, just there's
who's to
no
say?
possible way. I'm sorry. We either need to put this to the social media and ask, or we need to see if MythBusters is still in operation. Let's have somebody needs to do the science on it.
The legwork. Y'all do the legwork. Yeah, y'all do the legwork. We'll postulate. You do the legwork.
Yeah. We'll reveal your answers online and take the credit, but
So, literally, they can hire somebody to continue to. Oh, looky, who's here watching with us?
oh. Hello, Father.
Oh, hey, actually, yeah. Hold up. Wait, hold on. Yeah, let's ask the resident spook.
If that would work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm trying to know if my dad's seen this movie.
Well, okay. Well, if he needs to go back and watch to see if there's any potential, possibility there. I mean, that's
I'll
okay.
send him a clip of the scene and have him listen to your explanation and tell you there's no way that would ever work.
Although I would laugh hysterically if he came back and been like, well, he did say she only had to get it right once.
That just okay.
So evidently, everybody's favorite co-host is also her dad's favorite daughter.
I'm his only daughter.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure she brought that up at one time, but I don't have the best memory in the world. But.
All right. Anybody who's
on
listening, if you have thoughts on this debate Chancey and I just had, if you think Jennifer could have really thrown herself into that television, or if you're with me saying there's absolutely no fucking way that could have happened, let us know what you guys think in the comments or in the show notes or whatever when you watch or listen, because somebody's got to do this experiment for us.
Throw them in the YouTube comments. Get that interaction up there. Get my homie paid over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting his homie paid, if you, all the listeners, hundreds of listeners that are watching each and every week, would like, you are more than welcome to subscribe to the show. It is free. You don't actually have to pay. But if we get up to if we get up to 100 subscriptions, we can actually start to get paid for using it to movies. So
there you go.
Feel free to like, subscribe, and download.
Yeah.
As we say,
and comment.
In the podcast world. And
don't forget to comment.
Lots of comments.
talking about how amazing I am.
Hey, I don't care. I mean, I was gonna say comments are comments. It don't matter. It's engagement.
I'm telling you it isn't possible, so that's how we know it's not possible. All right, we're gonna find a way. I would bet somebody has already done this experiment. I bet if we search the internets enough, somebody has done the legwork on this.
It's definitely
And
possible.
hopefully not succeeded.
We can't. I would think they would do it with not a real human being, for fuck's sake.
You don't know.
I mean, he's kind of got a fork there.
It's film. Anything is possible. Thanks, Brandy. I'm trying to talk about science. But anyway.
See, I like that. Thank you, Brandy.
Yeah, fine. Take his side. Woman power, but whatever.
Yeah. Was there anything about this movie that you guys absolutely detested?
That's what
that
I
we have
was
talked about.
Well, other than what I just said, I mean, yeah, I hate that her death was so unrealistic, and they were supposed to believe it was a suicide.
Well, Will's death was realistic. Philip's death was realistic. I mean, none of the deaths were realistic.
No.
Well, no, that's not true. That is not true.
They're trying to call sleepwalking, which could have actually
Yep. Him walking off that high ledge that's definitely a plausible death is a plausible outcome of that scenario. I mean, that one's not up for debate really as much as anything else.
And that's why I said, like, that one was believable that it could have been a suicide. Jennifer's is in no way believable it could have been a suicide without help. So in that case, it has to be a murder.
Like, I think another reason. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Casey.
Well, no, I was just going to say I agree because that's one of those thoughts that I started having probably the third or fourth time that I watched the movie. And it's still, to this day, a moment that it's like, how in the hell is this freaking possible?
It isn't.
I mean, literally. Well, yeah, I mean, even like those little cheesy freaking like, T-750 like cybernetic arms that come out of the TV are not very. I mean, she's a curvy girl, and then to have them grab onto her and pick her up that far and into the TV.
That's not what I'm upset about, though. I am not upset that her death itself was unrealistic. I'm upset because it's unrealistic to expect people to believe that she killed herself. That's the part that makes me mad. Is that these people are supposed to be doctors? They're supposed to be smart, and they're going to come in and look at that, and then of course the police have to come and whatever, and everybody's going to look at that and go, "Yeah, she did that herself. Looks plausible." So, it doesn't.
Okay, so okay. Before I'm assuming that we're gonna have to move on at some point on this.
Yeah.
But as far as like a final opinion I have, it's kind of it's like a three front attack. One.
It's threefold.
It was the 80s. So then also when I say that because like one leads into the other. The cops will absolutely defer to the doctor's recommendations because that means they don't have to do as much paperwork. And then also it's like,
crime.
And then they're also like, they're not going to want to look at it as a crime because if they look at it as a crime, they're going to have to do something. But
for them at the end of the day.
Exactly. And then also this actually kind of leads into part of the reason why I had, originally was like, let's see if I can figure this out anyway. Cause I'd asked my mom, like, hey, is something like this possible? And my mother, when I was a young child, I'm pretty sure I probably had brought this up on the show at least once, but I'll say it again real quick. But when I was a kid, my mom worked at the local, it's not quite like a full institution, but it's kind of like what we would refer to now as an assisted living place, but not for necessarily people with special needs. It's like they were just crazy enough to not be able to be alone, but not crazy enough to be considered a danger, to have to be forced to live somewhere under studious lock and key. But she had said that there was a few separate occasions where things would happen and patients would hurt themselves in fashions that were almost unbelievable, but it was still something that they did to themselves. And I'm sorry for the extremely long-winded answer, but when you got that old lady who's been there for 30 years, she's like, listen, I'm fucking, 2 days to retirement. Fucking, I just want to collect my pension, my IPers, so I can get the fuck out of here and not have to deal with these goddamn kids. Fucking, she just no fucks given whatsoever.
Yeah.
So you take all of those pieces of information and bunch them together. It makes perfect sense as to why they'd be like, nope, just clear cut. She killed herself. That's what it was.
Okay. Anybody have anything else they didn't like? That was really the only thing that bugged me, honestly. I mean, I thought the rest of it was good and, cheesy or not cheesy. There wasn't anything I hated besides that.
I hated Taryn's death.
Oh yeah. Okay, I did too. Sorry, I did too.
I thought that was completely ridiculous and absolutely ludicrous because
it was disgusting. It was so disgusting.
It was just like being afraid of needles obviously didn't help either, but like it was more so just like he got his ass kicked a little bit by Will. And then, he ends up going against Kincaid when everybody uses their powers together to, unite and defeat the bad one. And I also thought that Joey coming out of nowhere with, the soothing voice of an angel that, if they were going to go that route, they should have literally got like one of the guys from Dawkins or somebody that was like famous in the music industry to like belt out like a hell of a, no. Busts the mirrors and shit, like if they'd have got Dio in there for that thing and he'd have just roared one out, that'd have been fucking great.
Oh my gosh.
What? It's the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I would probably agree with Chansey though, because again, I'm not a huge fan of needles, but Taryn's death is probably my least favorite, and that whole like the puppet strings coming up out of Philip's arms and legs, still gives me the willies.
But again, the practical effects. Mwah!
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, and it's not the fact that I hate both of those per se.
It just gives you the heebie-jeebies.
That
it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah. It's supposed to give you the heebie-jeebies.
Means they're doing their job. Well, thanks. We ready for ratings, reviews, whatever?
I am. I've been ready for 4 years to rate and review this one. So,
all right, you want to go first?
Shall we go, ladies first?
Oh, sure. I would say this is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie in the franchise, and I know, like we said before, it's one of the favorites for sure. I would almost put it over the original, but they'd be really, really close. Again, I know I've said it a million times, but great practical effects. The special effects in this movie are just top tier. I love it. The plot line is fun and, an easier way for him to kill a lot more teenagers when they're all in one place.
Right.
I'm going to score this. I'm not going to be objective on this. Like, I know we keep saying we're going to try to be more objective, and I'm just not going to do that on this. I'm going to rate this as a horror movie, not, like as overall 10 out of 10 movie or whatever. For a horror movie, I'm gonna give it 4.3 bottles of Hypnosil.
Interesting choice. Chancey Grife, what say you?
I it's not for me. It's not necessarily a lack of being giving an objective opinion more than anything. I really do think it's a good movie, just like on the face of it. I was gonna say like I'll go 4 or 5. I'll go 4.5. I'll go 4.5. Chances that she got it right the first time out of 5.
Oh my god! Do you know
what?
what? Do you know what we didn't even talk about at all?
Yeah,
The
what?
Nun.
I know. I know.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I'm just here.
I mean, at
I'm
the end
just
of the
here to be
day,
the funny
I
guy.
have no problem ripping that Band-Aid off and throwing the Mysterious Nun into my review and rating.
Yeah,
because
do that.
I'm not gonna lie, and both of you know how much I love this movie, and the fact that I will agree with Amanda. Like 3 and the original are on the same level, in my opinion. If one's behind the other, it's not very far behind the other, and I would probably put 3 just a smidge ahead of the original. Nothing against the original, because the original walked so that number
Everything
3
could
could
run.
Yeah.
But this movie has just about everything that you could want in a horror movie. It's got blood and guts. It's got violence. It's got
Obligatory 80 movies boobies.
yeah. It's got
jump scares.
It's got jump scares. It's got music. It's got
John Saxon.
Yeah.
Come to
It's so funny.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Well, no, it's got young, up and coming, undiscovered actors. It's got nurses with perky boobies that probably by now are between her knees.
Don't be rude.
Well, I'm
Probably
just
not,
saying.
though. Probably not, though. I'd say that you don't just buy a car and then not take it to the fucking dealership every 500,000 miles to get the motor tuned up or something.
Well, and if she had implants, she would have had to have them redone at some point because you just have to.
Yeah, and I mean, like the materials they would have used then, it would have probably been like, hey, we got to get these out of here anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
These things aren't exactly safe.
Okay, sorry, Casey. You should mute us.
Oh no, you're but even like the mysterious plot twist from the movie being the fact that Dr. Gordon is being literally guided through his discovery of everything by this mysterious nun that works at the asylum. By the end of the movie, you find out, oh, it's not a real life nun; it's a ghost.
A ghost.
But not only is it a ghost nun, but by the time he tries to chase her down, and then looks down at his feet and sees
her grave,
her grave marker, it is Amanda Kruger herself.
That's kind of interesting because if I had been born a girl, my mom always told me my name was going to be Amanda.
Interesting. One of my best friends, her married name is Amanda Kruger. I was like, that's awesome. She's raped by 100 men and all of that, just awful.
Son of 100 maniacs.
But it's like they're trying to explain why Freddy is so evil, but without really giving you much, not saying much.
See,
Wes gives you some of the backstory in the original movie, but I feel like they're starting to go deeper underneath the surface in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and then they go deep undercover in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
Yeah. See, I always this will be the hot take of the episode here. I always equated the ghost nun from Nightmare 3 to the man in the black trench coat in Halloween 4 and 5.
Oh my
Yeah, but at least
god!
she had more of a purpose, and she helped people.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like just as far as like introductory stuff with, you know, because like they don't really give out any information on the man in black until the 6th one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
Reminds me of the
but
guy
yeah.
from Poltergeist too.
Yeah, valid. Also valid for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a newfound respect for Amanda's dad
What?
because he definitely got the whole where
Okay.
that hot garbage remake freaking screwed everything up because
So the comment is that it changed Freddy from being a child molester to a child killer. Except for that remake, they never say he's a child molester. You feel like it's
yeah,
implied in the first one, but they never actually say it. I think it probably rubbed people the wrong way, and that's why they did like change to saying, he was a child murderer or whatever. But I mean, I don't think they ever say it. I think
but
it's just implied.
no, they don't ever say it until the remake that came out in what 2008, 2010, whenever the hell that movie
Yeah,
was.
somewhere.
And that I'm personally okay with it being just he's a child killer.
Yeah,
Leave it at that.
we don't need the
Don't
other stuff.
you don't need the extra definition does not help define the character any more than what it already is. Yes, Craven was afraid people would think he was taking advantage of the events of the day. And there was a lot of that type of stuff going on back then as
That's what
well.
everybody was doing.
So
Like
some
I
of the most
said,
horrific things in the world are ripped out of the pages of reality.
and that's what I said, yes, 2 days ago on Mass Debaters when we were doing this horror movie bracket, is that horror movies are a reflection of the times that we live in. They're very politically laden, and not like politics of like one side versus another, but just politics of what's going on in the world. And
They're very societal.
that's why you have in the 50s, you have the monster movies, because everybody was scared of nuclear war. So anything, that gets hit with radioactive waste and grows to 1,000 times its size, like that's what everybody's scared of. In the 70s, then you start getting the murder and the exploitation and the rape and all that stuff, because that's what was happening in the world. And that's just how horror movies are. So
Prime example, 1996, Scream.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
I know, me too. I'm like, wait.
Well, okay, so like I said, when 1996, when Scream came out, there was kind of sort of like, I remember it being, I can't speak for elsewhere in the country at the time, but like things were very, like people were fascinated, deeply fascinated with like movies and cinema and all of that. And I think Wes Craven kind of sort of spoke to the taste of society at the time.
So you're just talking about it being like meta and like, making movies part of the story and not just, something in the background.
Well, yeah, I believe we brought that up before. Was Scream was meta, so that before meta was cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
To a certain extent, I mean, it all works itself out in the end.
All right. Did you actually give your score, Casey?
No.
I don't think you did.
4.8 welcomes to prime time, bitch.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
And the only reason why I go 4.8 out of 5 and not 5 out of 5 is
no, stop.
and the puppet string.
Yeah. Okay, real
Oh,
quick.
gracias.
Real quick. Pop quiz. Go fast. Who's your favorite character? Casey.
Freddy.
Chansey.
Well,
I think mine's Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid was. Yeah, he was a solid second.
That's legitimately though why you said quick answer, and when you asked who my favorite was, why I fucking paused though, because I mean there's definitely I can make an obvious argument for Freddy. I can make an obvious argument for Kincaid. I can make an argument for Will. I can make an argument at times for even Joey or even Kristen or.
Well, that's why I was just like, say the first thing that pops into your head. So, yeah.
The first thing that popped into my head was Freddy. That's why I went with Freddy. But
Kincaid had the comic relief. I loved it.
Right.
The only person I don't think I could legitimately pick though would have been probably Nancy. For the pure fact that I feel like knowing everything that she knew coming in.
Yeah.
She didn't necessarily fight as hard as she should have to get everybody else to open their eyes and realize what was going on.
That, and I thought it was kind of dumb that she fell for his bullshit at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on a second.
But as the audience, you still believe it because you just saw her dad get killed. So that I thought that was cool because, like Casey and I were just talking about this because it was about Hitchcock, about how things are different when the audience knows something versus when they don't. Like,
the monster in the attic.
If it's more suspenseful if we know, but the people on screen don't know. But I liked that because I maybe I'm naive too, but I didn't really see that coming at first because you just watched her dad die, and then it takes you a second, and you're like, "Why? How is her ghost dad going to appear in the nightmare?" Like, but still.
Right. I always that was another thing that I was like, that's kind of dumb because John Saxon was like,
hot,
like, well, super like a super martial artist, like.
Yeah.
In movies with Bruce Lee and stuff. I wish that before, like, I don't mind that they killed him. Okay, that's fine, makes sense. But like, couldn't they have at least actually had the dad pull out some of that kick-ass martial arts before he gets got? That would have been awesome.
But he's supposed to be this drunk loser.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to do it flawlessly.
Yeah, I actually would have enjoyed that.
Flawless victory.
Finish him.
He can be Toasty.
So we can't end the episode, obviously, without thanking the hundreds for being here each and every week. You guys are amazingly incredible, and you guys are helping us develop bigger and bigger numbers each and every week. You guys are incredibly awesome. Thank you to my partners in crime as well for being here again this week. Chance, where can the listeners find you in the worlds of the social medias?
Well, the Red Eye Roundtable on Instagram and on TikTok. Red Eye Table on X. Facebook under my name. And I pop up like a bad, like a bad case of the gout.
Herpes.
Jesus Christ. He's like, gout. I was gonna say, how little do you think of me?
That had nothing to do with you and more with just what it had to do, like what it sounded you were gonna say.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's paybacks for you introducing your dog to Amanda.
Fair enough.
Co-host, what about you?
I'm Amanda, host of the Sip List. We do actually have a new episode recorded. I just need to get it out there, and then we're still kind of hit and miss right now. But you can find the Sip List on all the socials. It's list_sip on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it, and then everywhere else it's the Sip List Pod. So yeah, go check out some old episodes. I'm gonna try to post some on the weeks that I'm not posting new episodes. So yeah, thanks.
And as you all know, we are smack dab in the middle of Halloween Horror Fest 2024. After this, we have some great episodes coming up for you as well. Final Destination, Hereditary, excuse me. Scream 2, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and fellow network member Josh wants to come on and discuss the movie We Go On. So we will be doing our best to bring all of that to you this month as well. And next month we will be saying thank you in Thanksgiving month to thank John Grisham. So stay tuned for all of that information. You can find us all over social media as well, and we will keep you updated as to what's coming and when it's coming and how it's coming and all the orgasmic wonder that is An Evening at the Movies coming soon. So with all of that said, this was a lot of fun. I enjoy Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It is one of my all-time favorite movies, let alone all-time favorite horror movies. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for enjoying with us. And thanks for the show. Great as always. And go Sip List.
Thank you, Father, for watching and commenting. And yes, go Sip List. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you come back for anything at the movies. Goodbye.
Peace and hair grease.
Vote for Larry.